Hey there everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, and I got a lot of great feedback from the video I just did yesterday, so I wanted to follow up on that and do a video specifically dedicated to intermittent fasting, women versus men, some really important key things to look at when you're focused on really getting a better result, a different result. Now, if you missed the video yesterday, go back and watch that one. I talk about all these other benefits of intermittent fasting. A lot of people just do it wrong, right? You're not realizing how fast results should come, or how slow, I should say, right? And just things to watch for, like your gut health is going to change first before you're going to notice just all of a sudden like losing a ton of weight from intermittent fasting. So when we're looking at intermittent fasting, men versus women, one of the things to really look at is just our body physiology is totally different. I mean, completely different. What our systems are focused on throughout the week, throughout the month, and how they work and function is totally different, right? I mean, the female body is made to house another human and give birth to it, right? Yeah, that's a really important thing, right? And our entire physiology is set up to have that happen. Male physiology, not the same at all. It's not better or worse, it's just different. So when you're looking at really taking advantage of certain nutrition plans, diet plans, whatever it is you're doing, even exercise, and looking at it women versus men, realize that a lot of women have been following a plan for men. A lot of women have been following advice that works well for men. A lot of women have been following things that they're like, oh, I go on a diet with my husband and he, you know, still eats pizza every Friday and loses 20 pounds like that. Whereas I'm following it 100% and nothing's changed. I even gained 2 pounds. What the heck? How men and women gain weight and lose weight is totally different. So it's not any different than with intermittent fasting. And when we're looking at this, I'm going to go through a few specific things to look at for the body, for the system. But overall, when you're going through and doing this and you're following an intermittent fasting pattern, be very wary of where you're getting this information from. Be very wary and specific on, okay, was this whole study done on men or not, right? I talk about this for like fasted workouts too. Oh my gosh. I just had a friend send me an article. She was like, well, I know I'm not supposed to do fasted workouts, which is a whole nother topic, by the way. But I saw this article that says it's going to be really good for me and I'm really trying to lose the last 10 pounds, blah, blah, blah. Do you think I should do it? And I was like, the study that you're looking at was conducted on like 20 men. So no, it's going to be totally different for you, you know, after baby to try and work out a ton fasted and expect your body to burn fat, because the body's definitely not focused on that. Okay. So physiology differences here. And in case you're wondering if you're like, okay, where do I get more on this, or how do I do more of this? This is what I teach women how to do in the 12-week challenge. If you have not taken advantage of the free call, here is a link that you can click and schedule your free call. But when we're looking at differences men versus women here, we're looking at what our body's focused on primarily in terms of physiology. What's its goal? What's its design? What is it designed to do easily, right? For women, guess what? It's designed to store fat easily. Oh yeah, super easy. Store fat, boom. Increase in stress, boom, stores fat. Right? Yeah, if you're not sleeping well, stores fat. Hormones change, stores fat. Yeah. Yeah. And some of these things you don't even have control over. Like if you go through menopause, for whatever reason, that hormonal change will cause your body to store more fat. Yeah. Our bodies are designed to be fat storing machines. They're protective. Yeah. So if you go through a stressful time at work, it's going to store fat. Yes. Yes. For men, it's so much easier for men to build muscle, and therefore they can burn fat easier. That's an L, by the way, sorry. Super sloppy writing. That says muscle. They can build muscle way easier than women, and therefore they can burn fat. The more muscle tissue you have, the more energy your body needs, therefore is gonna just burn more. Whatever you feed your system, you have to fuel it, and then it's gonna burn it off. So if you're working out, being active, lifting heavy, all that good stuff, you're going to build and maintain muscle tissue that's going to help you. Now, for the caveat here again for women is that there's different, times of the month that our body can build muscle better than others. And when you go through menopause, I actually have a whole separate program for women in menopause because that is also totally different. Your body hormonally does not build muscle nearly the same as it used to. So it takes a different amount of nutrition and focus to really get your system to build muscle, to maintain it so you can burn fat versus store it naturally. Yay, yay. But when we're looking at, I'm gonna get it back to the topic at hand, intermittent fasting, women versus men. And what we're looking at here, again, I just wanna make sure you understand, this is the baseline that we're working with. This is why following any type of diet program, any type of tactic, it should be different, women versus men. Because for women, our bodies are designed to store fat. Now, if our system sees us as being in a depletion of any kind, if you cut calories too much, if you don't support your digestive system, if you stress your system out at any point, it will shut down and store fat. That's how it works. For men, their bodies don't necessarily do that. So for men, now I'm just gonna talk about, there's different types of intermittent fasting, that's a different video, different lengths, all this other stuff. But for women and men, when we're talking about fasting, I'm gonna just reference doing like a full day 24-hour fast. Say you were to do this once every 2 weeks, once every week, whatever it is, it's different for people. This is something that I help people with, again, with the 12-week challenge. So you can, again, click that link in the comments if you want more, info on what would be best for you specifically, because I customize everything for each person. But if we're just gonna talk about a 24-hour fast here, specific 24-hour fast, for men, they can do a full 24-hour fast and they can have 0 food, just do water, right? And their body will get to burn fat. I can go through the entire process about how that works. Again, that's a separate video. I have a lot of resources, more videos on my YouTube channel, which is just Dr. Beth Westy, if you want more info there. But for doing a 24-hour fast, they don't really need a lot of supported nutrient during that time. And they can just have a lot of water, and then their body will get to fat burning. Why? Because part of it has to do with their system, part of it has to do with testosterone. Testosterone builds that muscle, feeds that tissue, so you got to burn everything off. And when you go through that stored glycogen, that stored carbohydrate at the first 8 hours of this, then you can get into that fat burning zone for men. Ooh, that can happen so much faster, easier, with nothing. Are they going to be hungry? Sure. If your blood sugar levels are off, yes, it's going to be different. If you're diabetic, again, no, not for you, right? There's certain caveats to this, but in general, when you talk about the effect of going through fasting for men to get them to fat burning, it's super easy because that's how their systems are designed to start with, right? I mean, like everything anyway, right? They want to lose weight. Oh, I stopped drinking beer and I lost 20 pounds. Good for you. My joke is that men can sneeze and fart and drop 5 pounds like that. There you go. You want to lose weight? Just go to the bathroom. Come out 20 minutes later. Oh, look, I lost 5 pounds. Yeah, that's how easy it can be for men, right? For women, totally different game. Totally different game. If you're going off of no food, you're going to stress the system out, which is going to lead you to store more fat. Yeah. And there's only so much that your body, your system can handle before that stress level increases too much. And then you're like, no, can't do it anymore. Can't do it. And it's going to kick into fat storage and stay there, right? Too much of a depletion, right? You might feel good for a week or 2 or something, right? But there gets to be this point where you're like, ooh, I can't do this anymore. And that's the point then for women, that your system really stresses out, kicks over into fat storage. So you can't go off of no food, right? You have to do, it's a limited caloric intake. I just reference it as little snacks. They're about 100 calories of a snack. You don't want to kick off digestion for this. This is a very specific type of snack. You don't want to have fiber, anything else. It's usually good if you have a complete nutrient, a protein, fat, carb, just a little bit of each, right? Sometimes it can be as easy as taking like a small amount of protein powder, a good again, complete nutrient, protein powder, protein, fat, carb. That's a complete nutrient. You need to have those things. Again, no fiber, no excessive fiber, and a little water, a little paste, something like that, right? You don't want to stress your gut out. You don't want to kick off digestion. You want something to be easily absorbed so that your digestive system still gets that rest. Otherwise, you don't get that deeper layer of gut healing that I talked about in the video yesterday. But these snacks are really helpful for maintaining your blood sugar, for making sure your digestive system gets teased along. So many women have gut health issues, and a lot of times hormones have a huge impact on your gut health, which means that if you do fasting and your digestive system shuts down, you're not going to make any progress with this. So having these snacks helps your gut, helps your blood sugar levels, and it helps you go through a 24-hour fast being supported nutritionally, so the body doesn't get depleted. If the body gets depleted, right? There's also a lot of women that I work with that are struggling with a lot of hormonal issues, detox issues, things like that, where your body just can't process through things quick enough to flush it out. And so if you're going through this level and you get beyond the stored glycogen, which again, I can talk about the mechanics of how this works in the human body. But if you go through that stored glycogen and you start trying to burn fat, but your system and liver aren't supported and you have a lot of backed up hormone, if you've been on birth control, if you've had kids, things like that can cause your system to have this hormone built up and hold on to. If you don't support your body and helping eliminate that, process that out and eliminate it, it won't get rid of it. It won't get rid of it. Things like estrogens can actually hang out in your gut, meaning if you're constipated, if you're not going to the bathroom, and doing this can make women constipated super easy, which means that excess estrogen then does not get eliminated. It actually gets reabsorbed in your body, leading to other issues, hormone things, estrogen dominance, all the things that come along with that, right? So what's the point? Supported intermittent fasting. Get those snacks in, have it help your system. You know, don't go off of no food completely. No food completely is no good for the female body. It is depleting. It's not going to let you eliminate. It's not going to help your gut heal. It's going to wreck your, blood sugar levels, all that other stuff. Give your body the support it needs. Next thing here too is that besides water, you also need to have electrolytes. Water and electrolytes. You can alternate water and electrolytes, but again, minerals. For a lot of women, especially even things like being on birth control, can make your body depleted in certain minerals that are really important that you replenish. Your system needs these minerals. So I find women have the most success with going through this, not only the snacks, but getting water and minerals. There's different points of your cycle also that you will need more hydration and more minerals, especially the week before your period. If you're not getting enough minerals in, it can be way tougher. Game changer is getting more minerals in. There's a lot of easy ways to do this, right? A lot of easy ways. There's little tablets that you can put in your water, right? Drink it at the gym, fantastic. But replenishing and boosting minerals in your system helps so much and helps you get through this a lot easier. And when you're doing this, I'll make sure I separate these right here. When you're fasting like this, you're doing this 24-hour fast, you've got your snacks, you're getting your water, you're getting your electrolytes in, then you can get your body to burn fat. But if your body doesn't do these things, if it's trying to do it like this, instead of burning, your body will store. It's a big, big difference. It's a big, big, big difference, women versus men. So if you're trying to do something, if you're looking at going into the new year saying, I'm going to do this amazing thing, we're going to do intermittent fasting, it's going to be awesome, and it doesn't end up turning out awesome, this is why. This is why. So that's what I got for you guys today. Difference between, women versus men in intermittent fasting and the focus and physiology on our body. Trish, good question. How often should you fast? Should you fast at certain times of your cycle? So quick answers to those are how often you should fast is dependent on what your goals are, where you're at, how far you are from there. Are you supporting your body outside of that, right? Are you protein pacing, getting enough nutrients in, and you're fasting once every 2 weeks? awesome. Is that your maintenance schedule? Great, right? There's that. Some people fast once a week. And then at different points of your cycle, yes, this is what I teach women, how to really tune in with their body and their hormones during the month. So in the 12-week challenge, I teach you, okay, this part of your cycle, the estrogen phase, your body is more inclined to burn carb. The progesterone phase, your body's more inclined to burn fat because your basal body's temperature is higher there, right? Your body temperature spikes that second part of your cycle. So we talk about different intermittent fasting patterns at different times to make sure you're tapping into either carb burning, fat burning with the hormonal cycle. So I can talk about that more because that's I feel like that's a really quick, short explanation there. So I can do a video again this week on it, really detailing a little bit more about that. But that's something, if you're like, oh my gosh, I want to learn how to do that, I want to do more of this for my hormones, then click that link and get your free call, because that's what I teach women how to do, and especially for your system in the 12-week challenge. So for example, if you say you have thyroid issues, you have other hormonal symptoms, and you have really terrible periods, heavy clotting, all that other stuff, and you're like, okay, I want to intermittent fast. Is there a certain point in my cycle that I should do it? Yes. Are there other points that I would tell you to avoid? Yes, because even if you're not getting enough electrolytes in, doing the fasting at a point where I might recommend for somebody else, for you, it would be a hard thing to go through. And there's some women that I'll tell them, you know what, hold off right now. Hold off. Do this other pattern. Don't do this type of intermittent fasting. Do a different pattern, because that's still going to get you the benefits, still boost things for you, but it's not going to be as hard on your system as we tiptoe into getting closer to doing a 24-hour fast. Yeah. So it does depend when to fast, where to fast for your cycle for each individual. So it's hard to give a do this answer. Because a lot of times I customize it for each gal, because it is that important that you get the right tools for you. It's incredible when you finally get the right pattern to follow for your body and what you've been through and what you have to go through still to get to your goal. It's a game changer. It changes everything from the inside out. You stop struggling. You stop fighting with yourself. You stop being frustrated with how your body's responding. And it's just this, path of, oh, okay, here we go. Yeah. Other resources that I have for you in case you are still looking for more. I do talk more about intermittent fasting in my book, The Female Fat Solution. This is on Amazon. I talk in detail more about this as well, and some different patterns of it. I also have a book, The Female Menopause Solution. This is also on Amazon. If you are in peri or menopause, this is going to be more helpful for you then in terms of learning more about hormones and how to eat for those hormones. And then I have a podcast, which is The Female Health Solution, that I do talk more about female health, other things, and I've got some really fun episodes that I've done recently and that are coming up. Some great interviews. So if you're looking for a great podcast on health stuff for women, that's the Female Health Solution podcast. So, all right, that's what I got for you guys tonight. I hope you have a wonderful new year, a fantastic, time starting off 2020, another decade. Woo! I know. I don't really have anything planned. I showered. I washed my hair. That's like my excitement. I don't know. It's not exciting for me anymore. I'm like, I have kids. I don't even want to stay up till midnight. I just want, can I get good sleep, please? Anybody else? Maybe I'm old now. I don't know. I used to do all the fun things and go out. Just kidding. I still have fun. It's still fun. We're going to watch Harry Potter and have dinner. It's going to be great. And then I hope to be in bed by 10. I'm such a nerd. Okay. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great new year, a very safe new year, and I'll see you guys next year. Oh, so funny.